Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Gotta fix my chair. Shalom. My hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Let's see if I can get this together. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in, family. You know what time it is. My name is Vicki Dillard, your sister with the curly braids. I'm so pleased to have you here with me today on my own personal channel. I always say that because so many of you are used to seeing me on other platforms that I helped to build over the years. And so when you're looking like, where is Vicki to go live? Well, beloved, you can see me go live here on my own channel, though you will continue to see some of my content on some of the platforms, though some platforms that I was formerly on, I will no longer be on. And there's going to be some upcoming legal programming announcements for that. I always like to remind folks of that because people have been messaging and saying, where in the world has she been? So let everybody know that they can find their sister with the curly braids, not just on some of those other platforms, but on her own platform here at VickiDillard.tv. Okay. Thank you so much. I see you, fam. It says pass the right. Is it pass right? New World Global Community, Larry Robinson. Hey, brother, John Gullery, Lena, is this Christ, Johnny, Miss Cherise, our beautiful moderator. Thank you all so much for tuning in, Tropical Punch. So good to see you, beautiful family. I do have a little bit of a ritual that as you come in, be sure to come in giving us a big thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share the content today, beloved, okay? On the count of 3, everybody, please hit that thumbs up button and share, share, share. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share, 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 share. Thank you so very much, beloved. Now, family, this brief discussion that we're going to have here today is just so I could give you footage to remind you again of the corrupt political system that we're involved in, and disproportionately, so many of our Black family is connected to the Democrat Party, who is absolutely responsible for the exacerbated condition. They've exacerbated our condition in a negative way in terms of depravity and poverty, your Democrat Party. But it's a new day, beloved. As you all know, the election, the presidential election is in full swing, yes? And you all know that I have made a promise to you some time back that I am going to stay on top of coverage to remind you of why we do not need to give our votes to the Democrats. We can vote for the Democrats if they cut the check. Talk back to me, somebody. What did I just say right there? I said we can vote for the Democrats if they sincerely cut the check, if they make sincerely Black reparations. Talk Black to me. If they make that, we're not talking about no study. We're talking about an actual policy that we can scrutinize, an actual policy that we can determine whether or not it's legit and has veracity to it. If they push a pro-economic plan. I'm bringing this up that there's still hope, but I am trying to show you how your Democrat Party and the political system as it stands means you no good, and how there is an agenda to use the power that you give them against you. Their goal, I gotta fix this family. Their goal is to use the political power that you give them so they can use for everybody but you. There are things that they can do to make stuff happen for you, but they're unwilling to do it. That is the point of this. I'm trying to show you how Mystery Babylon, as the sacred text refers to this modern United States, is a failed project. Talk Black to me, somebody. Everybody be sure to hit that thumbs up button on the count of 3. Are y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. So when I want you to see how your Democrat Party, who uses your black shields, in other words, they use other black folks as cover for them. That's what we mean when we say your black shields. We're trying to let you know that the white supremacist Democrat Party uses plants. They use black shields as tools for their war against us, so that you can get confused and think that this is some benefit for you because the people look like you. Talk black to me. It's just not the case. Well, family, I want to show you how, when they try to tell you how horrible the Republicans are going to be, I want to remind you that the Democrats have come out overwhelmingly to say that they are against reparations. Did you hear what I said? So what are they talking about? All that other stuff that they saying, the Democrats and Trump, all that stuff that they say that Trump can do, baby, our people are still in prison. Our people are still broke. Our people's votes are still being obstructed and sabotaged. Talk black to me, somebody. Thank you, beloved, for your kind compliments. Saying beautiful, says New World. Angela, Vicki, you looking gorgeous today. Queen, your elegant background, tropical. Y'all are so kind. Thank you so much, beloved. Y'all know I'm a girly girl. I'll be doing the most, beloved. I like beautiful things around me. Beloved, so this is so important that you understand that these scare tactics, you're losing now, family. They can't scare you with the Republican Party or Republican administration when the Democrats have made clear to you they're against reparations. They're making it clear they don't want to do anything for us. We're not talking about what they say and how they smile and how they eat chicken and sing Amazing Grace with you good. We're talking about results. Don't get tricked by superficiality and the bells and whistles of this wicked parade that they're carrying on. Talk black to me, somebody. We're intelligent black people. Shout out to my sister Shalina. She said, God is glowing. Thank you so much, sis. Love you. Talk black to me, somebody. Now watch this. I want you all to see this footage. I did this broadcast. I'm on another platform, African Diaspora News channel. Like I said, I know some of you all used to see me here and there and everywhere. But in addition to some of those other platforms, I want you to know that you can find me here now doing weekly lives, at least once a week alive here on my own channel, VickiDillard.tv. But I already did a broadcast on my brother Phil Scott's channel, one of his platforms. He got several. And talking about this. Now, you all know that your black mainstream media talking heads, mainstream media, they keep coming after me. They so worried about what Vicki Dillard is doing here and everywhere. Why are they so obsessed with Vicki Dillard, right? Your current press secretary was tripping about my impact. You know, your Susan Rice, who worked for the Obama administration and the Clinton administration, State Department. Some of that situation that arose with Kareem Jean-Pierre, your current press secretary, when she blocked me some time back, had to do with me going off on Susan Rice. You got some of your athletes, some of your celebrities, and then you got some of your mainstream media folks from CNN and MSNBC that directly contacted me, pissed off about something I said. You got to, I keep bringing this up because I'm trying to let you know that what we say here goes. And while it seems like it's in a strange form, it's in seed form, our power. And because we don't look like the rest of them, because we're not approved by the establishment and legacy media, you think that what we do doesn't count. When in fact, all of their moves are being made based on what we do. And we're so effective in what we do. So I'm trying to show you, this is one of the reasons they're upset. So when Roland Martin, who has been attacking me and mostly you all for the past several years, which is why I started, you know, exposing his funny looking self. And he's a part of the migration problem. How do y'all know Roland is a big part of the migration problem? So when you hear me complain about the immigration, the illegal immigrants that's invading the country, I'm talking about entities like him too, who emerged from some lake or sea. Talk black to me. They're not just coming from Mexico and Venezuela and some other places, beloved. We talking about entities like Roland Martin that emerged from the underworld. Talk black to me. So these people are coming out. These things, God, today, somebody put a basketball in the chat. These things are coming from places that we haven't seen before. Talk black to me. And they sound strange. How many of you all know, and I teach this with my students, the power of the tongue, the power of language, the power of word magic. And I always like to pay attention. How many of you all know what's one of the greatest signs? What's one of the greatest things that we do if we don't know someone well, or we just, even if we're just passing by somebody? What's one of the first telltale signs that lets us know that somebody is from somewhere different? I'm a teacher. Yeah, I'm a spiritual teacher. I'm putting y'all in the Vicki Dillard Mystery School right now. Somebody tell me what you think about what I just said there. If you didn't know somebody and you were just passing by them and you just happen to be within proximity, how can you immediately know and tell that they're not from here, from your country? Tell me one major sign that's something that you got it, J Mac. Lord, Iron Will said that hairline. Oh, baby, y'all crazy. You're exactly right, JJ. Their accent. Look, I'm dropping major spiritual jewels. The way they sound lets you know that they're not from here. Likewise, when someone speaks against you and your people, and when their agenda and their narrative is counter to what's best for you, talk black to me, somebody. That ought to tell you, oh, baby, they not not about this. They different. They different. Allah's Queen said, thank you, sister, spiritual teacher. Did y'all catch that? That's the power of the speech. Now, I ain't got time to go into these other languages that are from the cosmos that I'll be teaching about and I've taught about in the past. But some of those other languages is proof that we're from another world. Today, that we've got dual citizenship and access to other dimensions. So when we're speaking certain words that you may say are unintelligible, or they're not English, or whatever your mother tongue is, or whatever language that you regularly speak, baby, we activate this because it's activating powers, transmitting powers from another realm. If you want to know more about that, y'all go to VickiPlanet.com. One of my moderators put my website in the chat for me, VickiPlanet.com. Why? Mark the calendar, January 2nd is going down. January 2nd is my 45th birthday, and it is the same day I'm launching my new monthly mastermind school called the Vicki Dillard Mystery School. I am so excited because some of us don't understand that the high-level priestesses and high priest, practitioners of old, and the royals and the elite of old used to attend certain types of temples, Egyptian temples, Isis temples, some of them became known as, and even some of the symbols that I taught about recently, they symbol temples had their own unique places and spaces. Thank you, Shalene. I'm going to pin that in the chat. And so these temples were sacred spaces that the average person in the public couldn't attend because of the sacred rituals and the sacred knowledge there was not meant to be just in an environment where the masses could access it. It was that potent. It was that powerful. It was that sacred. How many of you all know that one of the great things that makes something sacred is because it's secret? God, today. How many of y'all know that? So my mastermind, my monthly mastermind, and the knowledge that I'm sharing with you there and the rituals that you're going to get is meant to cause you to get unfair advantages in your life that the average person doesn't. And we're going to be meeting monthly. And then you're going to be also having access to a community. So you all are going to be connected to each other. My team on the back end, they're working on some yummy things to really take this to the next level. So not only are you going to get a powerful monthly mastermind course from me, you're going to be able to get discounts on other things. And to be honest, my next, it's going to be powerful. I can't tell you everything. Just mark your calendars for January 2nd and get on my email list. That's the instructions. The email list is pinned above. January 2nd is launching. Family, it's only going to be $45 for my birthday. Okay, you can't beat that with a stick. Any and everybody will be able to be connected to that, and you're going to have access to some of my masterminds that you're not even going to be paying the full price. I'm talking about we're really going out because I want you to get results. I want you to give me the entire 2024, the entire 12 months. to help you manifest destiny. January 2nd. Somebody said, I got it marked. But make sure you're on my email list, because the email list is what's going to make sure that you get the direct link to sign up. Brother Zebulon said, you don't look a day over 27. Don't play with me, Brother Zebulon. He a good supporter. Mwah. Thank you, precious. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Now, Vicki, get to where you're going quickly. Family, I want you to look at this. Again, I've already discussed this on another platform. Thousands of people watched it. I want you to see this. I knew about this some time ago, but I said, no, I got to talk to my Black family about this. And y'all going to be like, Vicki, what are you talking about? Family, the Democrat Party means us no good. That's all I want you to understand, is that the Democrat Party means us no good. Let me get ready to cue this footage that I want you to watch really quick here. They're so pernicious. They're so anti-Black. They have no intentions whatsoever to bring tangibles to Black folks. They feel like that it's our responsibility to help everybody else. We done built America, created America, and then they turn around and give us a political middle finger. No, it's a new day, baby. Somebody say it's a new day. Somebody say it's a new day. Okay, here we go. Watch this. This is under the Copyright Act of 1976, okay? Now, again, some of you all have seen, you know, this already. Like I said, I've already done this broadcast on another large international network, but I want to talk about it here on my personal channel, Talk Black to Me, because this is too much of an important issue. I wanted to bring up the fact, and I don't want to forget this, when I was bringing up how all these people be attacking me, I wanted to remind you that one of the reasons they attacked me, like Roland Martin recently, I brought him up for this reason. He started attacking me again and again, and they get scared when the election comes up because they really know our influence is powerful. So they don't want us to affect the margins for the Democrats to win, because the slightest difference, if a few 100,000 more of us don't show up this time, it could be absolutely catastrophic for Joe Biden. Do you all understand this? So this is the reason why I'm trying to show you why mainstream Black folks keep attacking me. Their mainstream white networks that they work for, and some of their mainstream white people that they do their bidding for. This is why they don't like Vicki Dillard, because our ideas are catching on. And other, you know, some of them are called new Black media or other Black grassroots media. Our points are catching on. The people, the streets rock with us. Regular smegular high street rocks with us. And it's showing in numbers, and it's making them nervous. I'm telling you, I'm doing it on purpose. Well, I want you to know that when Roland recently attacked me, he literally pulled up my personal channel here at VickiDillard.tv. He started scrolling through the channel, family, while he was there attacking me with a candidate, an electoral candidate for Louisiana, as well as two other panel folk. Think about that. So you got a political guy who's running for office sitting up there on this panel with Roland Martin's funny looking self and two others that's sitting there giggling, disrespecting me. Thank you for your cash at Herbert. Your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. Y'all have just been blessing me so much, and your gifts are blessed, family. I don't take it lightly. $5, $10, $25, $150, whatever it is, it's blessed. When you share my broadcast, beloved, that's a blessing for me. When you tune in, when you tell other folks about us, that's a blessing, because it expands our reach and our influence, the very thing that make them nervous. Talk Black to Me. So I'm bringing that up to you all to let you all know that when he was live, y'all, he was live and pulled up Vicki Dillard. He was talking about Jason Black too. He was dogging him. And then he got to me. When he got to me, he started pulling up my channel. And he started going through some of the broadcasts that were pissing him off. Do you all know that one of all the ones he quoted had to do with elections? The ones that I talked about Biden disrespecting us, the one that I talked about, what's his name? James Clyburn. He was mad that I exposed James Clyburn. I talked about James Clyburn before on another platform. I talked about James Clyburn again. I waited a couple months later and talked about him again. Why? Because James Clyburn and the Democrat Party keep telling us that the Republicans are trying to stop Black folk from voting, right? They said that they try to mess with us through gerrymandering and manipulating the maps to suppress our voice. Well, when I exposed that their Black longtime Democrat Congressman, James Clyburn, was busted in a very exhaustive and detailed piece that showed he was working with the Republicans, secretly helping them get ahead with mapping, so long as it kept James Clyburn in place. And because he made the deal with the devil, it prevented other possible Black Democrats from winning a seat in the future. The Democrats have been hush-hush about that. If you all are going to court suing the Republicans for gerrymandering, why aren't you calling out your very, very, very Black James Clyburn for selling out Black folks just so he could keep his individual seat? Reference Williams says, you told the truth all these years. That's right, beloved. Somebody said Uncle Ruckus Clyburn. That's exactly who he is, beloved. So Roland started quoting 3 and 4 of my broadcasts, and all the ones he quoted had to do with the Democrat Party and me exposing them and how we need to switch up our political demands, right? He was so mad. That's what he brought up. Literally going through Vicki Dillard's broadcast on live TV. What does that tell y'all? He's not for Black empowerment. He's for Democrat empowerment. That's why I keep saying he's not B1, he's D1. B1 is Black first, meaning Blacks are the priority. So it doesn't matter the labels. When you D1, Democrat first. That means you put Democrat Party before your own people. Well, this is what the Democrats are responsible for. Y'all watch this footage real quick. It's real short. It's only about 10 seconds, if that. Watch this. Watch this, fam. Shout out to this brother Albert that put this out. Watch this. I hope you can hear the sound. Again, this is under the Copyright Act of 1976. Look.
Stage is next. Doors open on the right at Grand and State.
Did y'all see that? Family, watch close. I'm going to show it one more time. That's exactly right, JJ Mack. It's very sad. When you see these images, hey, Aquarius 79, y'all listen, when you see these images, this is why your sister is so passionate. People, I don't care if my enemies or my supporters, friend or foe, they always talk about Vicki's passion. This is one of the main reasons, because I want to alleviate the suffering of our people. This is sad.
Stage is next. Doors open on the right at Grand and State.
The description there, beloved, that they put, I want to read it to you. Everybody, please hit that thumbs up button. Share, share, share. I won't be before you long. Chicago homeless citizens, he says, mostly Black, have to sleep on trains in 15-degree weather while the city provides shelter for illegal immigrants in nice, warm hotels. Shaking my head. Shanita said, I see this on buses here in Vegas and it hurts. Family, I was looking at some of the other people that watched the other broadcasts, because I told you I've already discussed this some days ago on another platform, African Diaspora. Some of the people that saw that told me they see that in New York. It was other people that was telling me that they see that happen in their cities. The Democrats are allowing this to happen to us on their watch. Why is Vicki bringing this up? Because when we were under Republicans, they keep trying to scare you into believing that you're getting ready to go in a type of Armageddon under Republicans. And I'm trying to show you how you're in hell now. They want you to believe that no Republican is for reparations, but the Democrats have told you that they're not for reparations either. And the two that act like they are sitting here playing with your mind, telling you, let's do a study. While they're still signing off on bills for hundreds of billions of dollars to be sent to Ukraine. And now they're trying to fight Mexico and Russia all at the same time. Some of you have forgotten how much money has gone to these other people groups like the white Afghans. Some of us have forgotten this just took place some years ago when we brought these white Afghans over here. So they want to keep their word to the Afghans. Think about that. And the jet money. Y'all remember the jets and the planes that were sent over there for all of that? And then the benefits that they got? I did a broadcast some months ago showing how that there were certain Ukrainians that can get a type of Social Security. I said a type of Social Security. Some of those people that try to be technical with me, well, it's not the one that we... Shut up. It's a type of Social Security, silly. It's money you can't get. And it's money that our black taxpayer dollars have over in a fund. And people that work for the government told me, people that work in those very agencies told me that they were pissed off because they say the Ukrainians get to jump in line. They get to approve their request before black Americans. I had people who, tens of thousands that viewed that broadcast. I did that one on another platform too. They were telling me how some of their family members that got children, grandchildren, people they were taking in, that were legit sick, that were on disability, and how they couldn't even get a few dollars for themselves, but we let these Ukrainians jump before us. Now, we done sent hundreds of billions of dollars, and I told y'all to stop quoting these fake numbers. Remember the government talking about they only sent 125 billion, then 150 billion? I told y'all they was lying. I was getting my news from international sources. And come to find out, they admit now it's close to 300 billion, which means that's a lie too. It's probably dang near $500 billion or $1 trillion. Do you all know that your black taxpayer dollars are paying not only for the Ukrainian war to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars? Do you know that some of that money has to do with us helping their businesses, small businesses being maintained? Do you know we're paying their pensions over there? Do you know that because their government systems have suffered, we're paying their pensions while you can't get a pension? You trying to get approval for a small business loan for your black business. They're making sure that small Ukrainian businesses who are Nazis over there. And they know you're not going to look at the fine print, but that's my job to do it. So yes, Vicki's going to keep studying global politics because your black dollars are all over the world and you sit up here scratching your head in Detroit talking about why you don't have nothing. Got this war going on over there. Israel's over there killing on a killing field, bloody genocide. And we've been giving them billions of dollars every single year. Why are we giving Israel, who's supposed to be a powerful military, which that's a joke? We claim that you claim that that's the only democracy in the Middle East who done stole other people's land and murdered them to get it. Why are we giving them billions of dollars for 70-some years, family? But if a black woman that has 3 children asks for $10 extra from the government, y'all call her a welfare queen. These black homeless folks are homeless because of your black Democrats. How many of you all know we've been giving Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, this everlasting work? He's a sucker. Hell yeah, I said it. Black Chicago has been suing him. Black Chicago has been showing up to all the political events. Now notice how you got folks like Gary Chambers from Louisiana, folks like Roland Martin and other silly knuckleheads trying to tell black people How come you guys are not politically engaged? No, silly. You don't like how we're politically engaged. Why aren't they covering all the Black people that keep showing up to all those political events? Why aren't they talking about all the Black people that have told Chicago that they've been voting, but they're going to vote differently? No, it's not that we're not politically involved. It's that you are a slave to the Democrat Party and you're mad about how we're politically involved. How many of y'all know? Somebody say shout out to Black Chicago. How many of you all know that some days back that they blocked a plan to transform a park into a migrant shelter because of the Black folks that's there? Talk Black to me, somebody. Brother Zebulon said there's only one Vicki Dillard. This man, boy, y'all something else. How many of y'all remember seeing that? How many of y'all know that because of Black folks' non-stop, everlasting work? Y'all see this? Vote blocked on plan to transform former Jewel parking lot on far south side into migrant shelter. Allies of Mayor Brandon Johnson, that tether, that anti-Black tether, that pro-white anti-Black tether, Mayor Brandon Johnson blocked the vote on Wednesday on a plan to purchase the now vacant Jewel Osco and surrounding parking lot near 115th and Halstead streets for $1 and transform it into a shelter for some of the 3,317 men, women, and children being forced to sleep on the floors of the police station across the city at O'Hare Airport. God today. Do you all see that there are wars happening around the world? And then there's a wars happening right in your neighborhood. The war never ceased. That's the reason why we're the best voices to speak about international wars, because we know the playbook. We know this devil better than anybody. How many of y'all know? How many of y'all remember that they would always, everybody used to always talk about Iraq, and they started calling Chicago Chirac. Am I saying it right, family? Don't you ever forget it. This is a little different one. I'm talking about. There's a park here, but this particular one is about the former Jewel. This one just came out recently. Listen, let me finish reading this. The proposal to purchase a 67,000 square foot vacant former grocery store and the surrounding 6.5 acres of land on the border between Morgan Park and West Rosen, once again known as the Halstead Indoor Mall, could come back for a vote at the next regular meeting of the Chicago City Council set for November 7th. However, the delay is an indication that the plan could be in significant peril. How many of y'all remember that? How many of y'all know Black folks were showing up to that political event? Somebody said they remember that. Yes. But that's because of Black organizing. Black Chicago. Once again, it's not that Black folks are not politically engaged. It's that your Black Democrats are mad about how we're politically engaged. Talk Black to me. So now they mad about this one. They real mad about this one. And now it's official from Governor J.B. Pfizer. This thing keep popping up. I've been trying to X off of it. I hate when these little things pop up when I have certain things set to show you. And then you can't see it. Okay. Y'all see this one? Remember the other one had to do with that 67,000 foot facility. Somebody say shout out to Black Chicago that shut that mess down. This is another one that went, another place of shelter that they tried for the immigrants. After pulling the plug on the first Chicago migrant tent camp, second site still on the table. Now this one was just recently done December 6th. The other one was just last month, just a few days ago in November. The other one I showed you about this 67,000 foot facility, right? This had to do with the camp, the park. I don't want to confuse it and confuse nobody. So let me read from this one. Governor J.B. Pritzker halted plans, I hope I'm saying his name right, for the city's first choice for a winterized tent camp for migrants in Brighton Park, citing environmental concerns. Plans are still in play for a second location in the Morgan Park neighborhood. No construction has started at 115th in Halstead, but sources said that could change soon. Now, how many of you all know that it was Black folks that stopped that mess? How many of you all know that all the Democrats are mad at Black folks because we're the ones that have been very, very effective in exposing the multiple agendas to take over Black Chicago? I was listening to one of the sisters there that talked about how they drove out Black Chicagoans, and she was specifically talking about Black sisters who, when they was trying to get assistance for affordable housing, they were forced to actually leave the state and go live in another state so they could afford to live and not be homeless. So the sister was making the point. Here it is. You guys denied Black families resources for affordable housing, but we see that you're going out your way to make sure folks that violated federal law to get here gets legal protections, legal status, and money and tangibles and all kinds of reparations. Now I'm hearing, especially in New York, that man had come out and he's having to admit that some of these illegals are out there just committing all kinds of crimes and stuff because they homeless and cold. God today, now I'm not trying to laugh at the homelessness. But you being cold and winter coming was foreseeable. You busted in another country illegally, committing federal crimes and state crimes to get here with no housing in place. Before you being outside should have been predictable. Now, I can understand why they didn't think it was going to happen, because I'm sure they're watching the news over there too, saying, well, hell, the Democrats giving us a free-for-all. So but this is our chance to go there now. Chicago gets cold in the winter. God today. I live out here in Colorado, even though I'm not originally from here. I've been here some years. It gets cold in certain states, real, real cold, to where outside won't do. So y'all so desperate, y'all better ask yourself this question. Black family, every Black person should be pissed off. And I keep saying this. I've said this for years. I'm going to keep saying it. How is it that the Democrats are talking about ways to give all of these federal law violators legal status and clear their records, but they got all our Black family, all kinds of Black men and women that have records that they shouldn't have, that's stopping them from getting decent housing and good jobs? They're spitting in our face when they tell you that people that are not citizens, people that didn't build America, we're going to make sure they have clean records, but they're not going to make sure that your Black family has clean records. Because of records in Black society, that's how America is able to do legalized discrimination against them. Because of that record. Have you all connected the dots to say, wait, how are we going to give them a clean record? Non-citizens who violated federal and state law to get here. But you all not going to clear all Black folks' criminal records. You're going to clear these criminals' records, and we need to start calling them that. But you're not going to clear Black folks' records. Watch this. Then Black folks who have records can't even vote. Still today, too many of them. And I know some people be saying stuff like, well, so-and-so paid their dues in prison. Of course, I know that better than anybody. So they should be allowed to vote. Fool, it don't matter if they had a record. Why in the hell shouldn't they be able to vote? That's a sick mindset. Now, you've got the Democrats in certain states proposing for illegals to not only be able to vote, but to become police, to become law enforcement. This is outrageous. Do you all know that there's a legit conspiracy also? Not conspiracy. It ain't no conspiracy. It was actually said by one of the officials, I forget which one, where he was just openly musing about how we should allow the illegals to join the military so that they can be the ones to fight the wars. Miriam, you took the words out of my mouth. See, Miriam knows. She just said it. Don't forget also to join the military. That's where I was going, sis. Thank you, precious. She knows I'm not lying. Somebody else just said, what family? You got to look it up. Angie just said, yes, it is. Y'all know I'm not lying. Do you know that America is actually legit saying, let's give protection to the illegals and let's make a deal with them to fight our wars? Y'all, are y'all hearing me? I need y'all to really think about what that means. These are Democrats that's proposing a lot of this too. Now, of course, you know how the Republicans feel about that too. But think about that. One of my brothers was bringing this to my attention when you go to the Democrat Party's website, when it talks about their party platform. When you go to the Democrats' party platform, one of their main party platform agenda, look at the headline. I don't want you to think I'm making it. Let me turn it this way, the long way. What does this headline say as one of the major party platforms of the Democrat Party family? There's not a reparations link. This is one of the main party platforms for the Democrats family. Out of many, we are one. That bedrock American idea has animated our country from its earliest days, inspiring people from every corner of the earth to participate in our great democratic experiment. It talks about how the Trump administration had repudiated the idea and abandoned our values. It goes on to talk about how his administration was cruel and all that crap. I'm skipping past all that mess. It says the truth is, this is the Democrats. This is one of their major party platforms for the immigrants. They said the truth is that our immigration system was broken long before President Trump came into office, and his departure alone won't fix it. Immigrants are essential to our society and our economy. Immigrants are a part of our families. They enrich our culture. They grow our food, care for our loved ones, serve in our armed forces, and provide critical health and care services. Immigrants make America stronger. Not only do immigrants support us, immigrants are us. That's why Democrats commit to building the 21st century immigration system that reflects our values, repairs past harms. Did y'all hear that? Heals our communities, rebuilds our economy, and renews global. They sitting up here saying that their 21st century immigration system is going to reflect their values and repairs past harms. But the Democrats don't believe that they should repair past harms for Black folks who built and created America and give us reparations. That's a literal talking point where they said they intend to repair past harms for immigrants, their relationships with them. And hell no, we're not immigrants. That's right, Brother Rockbond. No, hell no, we ain't no immigrants. And don't you ever let none of them say it. They said we're going to reinstate, listen, we're going to reinstate, expand, and streamline protections for dreamers and the parents of American citizens, children. Your gift, Starlet, is blessed 1,000-fold to keep families together in the communities. Y'all know that dreamers is a slick and beautiful political term that the Democrats and even the Republicans use for criminals that violated law to come into the country, but that made their way here and that's still here in America. The word dreamers is a cute little term for people that violated the law. Now, they call you felons. They call you criminal, Black family, but they call illegal immigrants that come to the country dreamers. Some of our people that did things so they could provide for their families, where they get records and they call criminals, but all these illegals that come here say they come in here for their families and they doing what they got to do, even if it means breaking American law. They call them dreamers. They call you a criminal and they call them a dreamer. Dreamers specifically refer to not those that came to the country legally. Dreamers is specifically for those that came here illegally. The Democrat 21st Century Party policy and agenda is to make sure we get all their criminal records cleared up, give them legal status, and give them all kind of benefits. Black family, we're going to keep giving you the middle finger in the meantime. And by the way, you Negroes are going to be in 15-degree Chicago winter weather homeless. While we keep proposing parks and 67,000 square foot buildings to house these illegals in. Now, what does that tell you? That they think about you, black women. Do you think that if you broke the law, you could be so brazen with your illegality that you get to actually sleep in a police station? You all do know that the illegals are sleeping on the floors in the police station. The people that are supposed to enforce the law are providing shelter for the lawbreakers at the police station. Do you all see how crazy ass this is? This is some crazy ass stuff. Do you think that if you violated the law, you and your whole family can feel comfortable yawning and stretching out and camping at the police station? The same police station where it's very likely black folks are blocked up behind the wall. Another group of criminals are free, sleeping in the front, coming and going as they wish. Think about that. I said the very illegals that feel comfortable being sheltered, sleeping in police stations, that criminal gets to sleep and get sheltered at a police station, while very likely in those very police stations is black folks that's locked up behind there. Both the Democrats and the Republicans have an agenda for these different people groups. You all know that the Republicans overwhelmingly voted for the Asians, folks of the AAPI community, Asian Pacific Island community during COVID. Remember, in about 1 year's time, the Asians were given political protections where both Democrats and Republicans overwhelmingly voted to give them legal protections, talking about that they was experiencing discrimination. We found out that some of those numbers was pretty much negligible, and the number one people that's still experiencing racism and discrimination of black folks. And in some areas, when they initially reported numbers of Asians that was being attacked, they had to go and modify the numbers, which means that most of the numbers barely changed in some parts. They were statistically unchanged in some areas. That was a big fraud. I said Republicans and Democrats voted for Asians to get that. Then your Democrat administration used $50 million, which means that they didn't need Congress for this. They didn't need no Republicans for this. They took $50 million that already existed in the government and rerouted it to the Asian community in 1 year's time. So they got a bipartisan political protections law. And then the Democrats rerouted $50 million that already existed in government. They got very slick and sagacious and just rerouted $50 million to Asians in America. Cherie said Joe Biden said he had black folks back. I think he was sharpening his knife at that time. Yes, he was, to stab us in our back. That's exactly what he did. Why am I bringing it up? It's multiple reasons why both Republicans and Democrats are dealing with this immigration issue in different ways. But of course, for the most part, you hear a lot more Republicans push back on illegal immigration, but you don't really see Republicans doing nothing substantively about it until Trump started talking about, even though Trump didn't really do nothing effectively. Remember, Trump said he was going to make Mexico build a wall when he was in office. Of course, that didn't happen. But he didn't get an effective immigration bill either. But you tend to see more Republicans shouting about it. But even when Republicans had control in the Congress and the presidency, you didn't see Republicans do nothing about it. You know why? They have an agenda to make new allies with different people groups. And let me tell you something. The United States, both Republicans and Democrats, really can't stay in China. So one of the reasons why I'm telling you, and I'm very clear about why I believe this is accurate, in my opinion, that the United States, both Republicans and Democrats, keep giving all these hookups to the Asian community because they're trying to make sure that they have Asian allies and the Chinese Asian diaspora in the United States. America want to keep them good so that they can continue to basically use their gifts, their abilities, and their presence against China. So in other words, the Republicans have an agenda to treat the Asians in America better than they treat you. In addition, they're trying to make allies for white supremacy with some of these other people groups because white folks know that their numbers are dwindling. Without black folks attacking them, taking them out, which that's a fear for a lot of them, even though we're the sweetest, kindest, loving people in the world, and the only people that have a record of undeniable terrorism are them folks. I'm trying to show you that there's geopolitical reasons why they're doing what they're doing with the Asians here in America, that even the Republicans are participating in their own way. I'm trying to get you to understand. You got to see this with different moving parts. The last proposal from Joe Biden for that $100 and something billion, which most of which they want for Ukraine, a big chunk for Israel, and then they want to use some of the other ones to fight China with the Taiwan, buying through Taiwan, even though Taiwan is part of China, and that's officially a part of U.S. policy. And they proposing money to fight Mexico. Now, don't think for one second that the only reason why they want money to fight Mexico is because of the so-called cartels. Now they're trying to keep talking about the cartels and how a problem. Yes, we know the cartels are a problem, but they're a problem because America used the cartels, just like they use the mafia and everybody else to do their dirty work. But the reason why you're hearing Republicans talking about going to war with Mexico, it ain't just because of the immigration issue, family. Their new government in Mexico has nationalized some of their energy resources, which means individuals and individual companies can't just pimp their resources. It's owned by, a large portion of it is owned by the state now. One of the reasons why America is going to war is because America got plans, like she always does, for other countries' resources. So to push back against that possible outlet for energy resources, because some of y'all don't know, Mexico got some good energy resources, among other things. The U.S. is trying to keep that stronghold. So don't get tricked. I wish I had a wife like Vicki. Oh, Lord, Mark, bless your heart. Listen. So I need y'all to understand it's not just one thing. Both the Republicans and Democrats are equal devils. They have their own interest. And they throwing it all that money in there, and they're going to try to pretend like, oh, this money, they ain't voting for the money, but this for Israel mostly. And then I tell you they secret plans where they got in there tucked in to go to war with Taiwan to try to beat China and then Mexico. And because they know black folks are mad at the illegal immigration situation too, they think we just going to sign off on it. I'm just trying to get us not to be stupid and linear in our thinking. You can laugh at me all you want to, your sister with the curly braids, who's a Southern girl from Mississippi that's banging her gavel, and think I don't know what I'm talking about if you want to. The powers that shouldn't be are not afraid of me because they mocking, because they looking at a gavel and laughing. God today. I'm trying to get you to wake up and smell the begonias and see how your money is being dispersed geopolitically and why you still broke down and in poverty here in the United States. Now they're not going to tell you all those reasons. They know that there's a sentiment amongst white folks, white collar, white people that can't stand Mexicans. They know we pissed off because we see how America prioritizes them. They're intentionally agitating some of these things too and prioritizing them because, as I keep telling you, they're using these different people groups to have white supremacist allies. They know they can't count on us. We are the original sin, and we are still their number one enemy. So that's why some of you all act like you shocked when you see an absolutely racist Mexican or racist Hispanic person, a Venezuelan person. Beloved, they know what to do to get in where they fit in so they can level up in America. Everybody around the world know if you want to make money and exploit, the easiest group to exploit is go in the black neighborhood. If you want to get the approval of both Republicans and Democrats and get some backup, hate black people and be silent about white supremacy. I got to go. I had to show you that piece. That your government has a major agenda and a plan to use your very black dollars. And they all have their different reasons for why they are making allies and alliances with different immigrant groups. And they're spitting in our face and telling us what they can't do for us. And after 500 years, I'm going to keep asking you, Black family, who are we to be patient? When they keep trying to tell you the professorial and diplomatic way to engage, they funny looking self. And Black folks telling us what we should and shouldn't do and talking like that and don't do ad hominem attacks. And I don't know about this type of engagement. 500 years slowness. I'm going to need you to put a turtle in the chat. Stop talking to me about these loser strategies. Who are we to be patient? It's the same principle as if you hear, but of course ours precedes all others. We're the original sin. The original war has been with us. That's why we know the plan that they do geopolitically. Every time you hear somebody talk about what's happening with the Palestinians and in Gaza, and now all through the West Bank and other, really all throughout that area, when you hear them only talking about what happened on October 7th, talking about that was the greatest terrorist attack we didn't experience here in Israel, and this is what started out. No, silly. And we got the right to defend ourselves. No, they got the right to resist. They don't want to talk about you thieving, you land thieves, and you that committed murder for many years. So you want to sit up here and say, well, they shouldn't have did that October 7th. In other words, y'all are saying you should just sit there, Black family, is what they're telling us. Just like they're telling them, and just take it. Everybody agrees that they violating like a law, international law. Everybody agrees that the land doesn't belong to them. They keep stealing. Everybody agrees that they're killing people left and right every year. But y'all telling them, just keep it, just keep dealing with it. Just like they keep telling us, and I told you for 500 years, our situation is worse. I keep asking you, America, what are you trying? Minister Farrakhan has said this also. What are you trying to force Black folks to do when you keep pushing us up against the wall? You keep pushing our backs up against the wall. What are you trying to force us to do? And then you want to start the timeline from yesterday. You want to start the timeline when people resist. No, it's not you got the right to defend yourself. It's they got the right to resist. Criminal, war criminal activity. And this is my message to you, Black family. When you sit up here and keep talking about just vote. Who are we to keep being patient? What has your voting gotten you, family? Answer that question now. What has your voting gotten you? Why is it taking 500 years since we've been here? They done told you didn't overcome. So they told you chattel slavery ended. They told you black codes ended. They told you convict leasing ended. They told you Jim Crow laws have ended. They told you they trying to make modifications to the new Jim Crow. Who are we to be patient? To give them one more chance to be your political representatives. It's not what's wrong with them at that point, family. The question becomes, what's wrong with you? My name is Vicki Dillard. I'm your sister with the curly braids. I'm so pleased that you joined me today. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and share the broadcast. For those that have been asking, I only had a small, limited amount of hard copy Venus magazines, and we sold completely out. So family, stay tuned. In a couple of weeks or so, less than that, my team will have ready the digital version. The price will be less because you're not going to get the special benefits that the people that purchase the hard copy. That's a special edition because it's my first edition and it's physical, it's tangible. So there's a little special blessing that the people that purchase that is going to get. That's why the price was a little higher for them. But we're going to have the digital version available to you. So stay tuned for that. But most importantly, go to my website at VickiPlanet.com. You can see some of my other products and services there, even though we're going to be changing up some things. But the main thing I want you to do is make sure that everybody is on my email list at VickiPlanet.com. The link is above. Why? January 2nd, mark your calendars. That's when my new monthly mastermind school, the Vicki Dillard Mystery School, is going to be launched January 2nd on my 45th birthday. It's only going to be $45. You can't beat that with a stick. And you're going to get so many yummy benefits. And I'm so excited about the environment, the actual planet we're creating, an environment for you to thrive magically. Did you hear what I said? an environment for you to thrive magically. VickiPlanet.com. Make sure you're on the email list so when it goes on, you're the first notified so we can launch January 2nd. Somebody put a rocket in the chat for me because we're launching January 2nd. Somebody put a rocket in the chat. We're launching January 2nd on Vicki Dillard's 45th birthday. It's going to be the best birthday ever. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Vicki Show. Of course, family, again, I said this in the beginning of the broadcast. Some of you are used to seeing me on other platforms. I keep emphasizing that because people want to know, where is Vicki? Tell them they can find me here weekly at VickiDillard.tv. Yes, you're going to be able to see my content still on some other platforms, but there are some changes on where you're going to see me in the future. I love you so much. Mwah. I can't wait to see you again.